Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you how to do the fast combination on Riven. In 4 steps I'll try to explain what I personally think is necessary to learn this combination. So step 1 will be covering what is Riven's Q, what is Riven's passive, what is Riven's auto attack. Step 2 will be on how to implement your Qs in between your auto attacks. Step 3 will be how to implement a movement command in this process. And then finally, step 4 will be a combination of all of this, thus performing the fast combo. Alright, so the first thing is Riven's auto attack. This is not of vital importance, but just try to auto attack an enemy dummy. Riven has 3 animations to do so. Left to right slicing, right to left, and up and down. Now, why is this important? It is because in the second step I'll be showing you on how to do your Qs in between your auto attacks, and therefore you need to know when the damage of your auto attack applies to the target. Next up is Riven's Q. So this is the most important part of the video. If we look at Riven's Q and read it, it literally says strikes out in front of her in a short line. But that's not the most important part. The most important part is at the bottom. Riven will target the unit your cursor is hovering over, or if no targets are present, Riven will simply strike the direction she is currently facing. So why is this important? In order to perform the fast combo, you need to hover over your target. So I'll be showing you here what happens if you do not hover over your target. You see that Riven simply slashes through the target like she is slicing thin air. So what is the consequence of this? If you look at the title, it says fast combo, so we need to do it fast. You see that if you hover over the target like I'm doing now, that she just stands in place. If you think about that, then a logical consequence of this all is that you lose time if you do not hover your cursor over your target, because it takes Riven longer to slice through the target, in which she will cover a distance, and in comparison, if you hover over your target, she will just stand in place. So that will take no time. So you see, if I slice through, then it will cover a distance and take me like half a second. And if I do not, so if I hover over my target, she will just stand in place, and this wins you time. So what happens if we bring these two together? So you know now what Riven does when she auto attacks, and you know that you have to hover over your target when you Q. What I showed you here was a slow version of a Q and auto attack combination, but we need to do it faster. So this is where the importance of knowing when your auto attack damages the target becomes of vital importance, because right after your auto attack does damage, you will do your Q as I show you here. You see that I press Q immediately after I auto attack, and this is of course a matter of timing. So just like you saw here, and we'll see a few more times in the next seconds, this is, as I said, a matter of timing, because you can lose like 1.5 to 2 seconds if you do it too fast. If you do it too slow, sorry. So what is the most important thing here? Knowing when Riven's auto attacks deal damage, and doing your Q immediately after that damage applies to your target. Because then you'll already have a pretty fast combo, as you can see here. It is not very fast, but it is fast enough for a start. And then we can move on to the next step, being the movement command. Alright, so once you've mastered this timing, it's time to move on to step 3, being the movement command. It is not enough for Riven to be able to time her Qs and her auto attacks immediately after each other. We also have to cancel the animation time. This requires some explanation. If you press Q, it takes time to perform it, but the damage will already apply from the beginning. So as you probably heard in another guide, if you would press Q flash, then the damage of the Q would apply to the target, but you wouldn't be able to see the Q animation. So that's where the importance of the movement command comes in. being canceling that animation of your Q by clicking back and forth, thus moving Riven. And therefore, because of that, you will win another like 0.5 seconds. But of course, if you do that 3 times, you win like 1.5 second. So you have to make out for yourself where you click. Do you click behind you, next to the target, behind the target itself? It's a personal opinion. For me personally, clicking behind me is the best, and I have found that this is also the safest in lane, because you can walk away then if things go bad for you. But as I said, it's a personal thing, what you want to do. And now we can move on to a combination of all of these and performing the fast combo. Alright, so the fast combination here showed you a few times. I'll go over ways of messing up this combo a little bit later. But so just so you know, Q, auto attack Q, move back, move forward, auto attack Q, move back, move forward, auto attack Q, move back, move forward. So based on your personal preference, click behind you, click next to the target. As you can see here, I messed that one up. So that was a really fast one. And now I will mess this one up again. You see, this is how you can mess this up, and you can, I will assure you that you will fuck up. So how can you fuck up? By not hovering over your target, then you will cover the whole distance, as I explained already, or by pressing Q too fast and therefore not auto attacking. So as you can see here, the second time I pressed Q, my mouse was not over the target, and therefore I slashed through it, losing 0.5 seconds. Then this one doesn't count. Lol. This was a pretty good one. Yeah, this was the example of not auto attacking. So messing up your clicking and queuing way too fast, and then you won't be able to auto attack, and you lose a lot of your damage because of your passive. So the fast combination is really about learning to yourself how fast you can click back and forth from the target, but still clicking on the target again after you've clicked away from it. So that's why I stress the importance of making out for yourself what is your personal best place to click on the map in order for you to click again on the target. So as you see here, as you will see next, I will show you how you lose 1 to 1.5 seconds when you perform it by not hovering over your target. So you see that Riven dashes the whole distance 3 times. And if you compare it to a good one, you see how slow it goes. Alright, so go practice that, go practice where you want to click, because you really need to hit the target. Of course, a target dummy is a small target, and your opponent will probably be a bit thicker to hit, and therefore I'll move on to Dragon now, because Dragon is a large target and therefore easier to hit. So make sure to practice it on Dragon too. I think I'll fail it once. Yeah, I hovered over it. I didn't hover over it once, but as you can see, Dragon is a good practice. So auto attack Q, auto attack Q, auto attack Q, and move back and forth in between. There's not really much more to say. Red buff is quite a hard target to land this combo on. This one was very bad. Not sure why I did that. So we'll wait for the reset here. So auto attack Q, move back, move forward, auto Q, move back, forward, auto attack Q, move back, forward. You have to perform it faster than you can say it, if there's one principle to keep to. So yeah, there's not really much more to say. Make sure that you're hovering over your target every time you want to press Q. Start off slow if you want, go faster every time, and then you'll see in like 100 times of trying that you'll be able to land it. Keep in mind that against a target dummy it is much easier than against a moving opponent, so a lot of the times in lane you won't be able to do the fast combo, but if you're against a skirmishing lane opponent, always try to hit it. You'll see that it's a lot harder, but I'm sure that you guys will manage to land it. Alright, so the last thing I can say is keep on practicing it. Auto attack Q, move back and forth so fast that you can't see you're moving. Auto attack Q, and do the same again, and then auto attack Q again. So thank you for watching. If there are any questions, feel free to ask, and I hope you've learned something from this video. I'll probably and hopefully see you in the next one. Goodbye.